Setton Pistachio is a family business. We're growers and processors. We package and ship pistachios all over the world, and we are known for having the best quality pistachios in the industry.
At Setton Pistachio, we are the leaders when it comes to quality in the industry, and we're always striving to find ways to get better.
One of the benefits of being a company our size and being family-owned is that we're very entrepreneurial and nimble, and that's allowed us to develop systems and processes that are very innovative and focused on R&D and quality. The system that we've designed enables us to have a completely traceable, transparent, and auditable process in electronic form, which really means that we can reconstruct the entire life cycle of the nut, from orchard to harvest to production to processing all the way to shipment. And we do that primarily by adding technology at every step along the way. By capturing different quality control metrics across all of our processes during the product life cycle of a pistachio, we can create a three-dimensional view of the pistachio's quality metrics, and that is what we call the CPLC, or the Certificate of Product Life Cycle. At Setton, the entire process begins in the orchard. We purchase and collect satellite imagery, and we're able to evaluate the orchard in really remarkable ways. We can analyze the level of chlorophyll, level of anthocyanin, which gives us an indication of the stress. We can even detect the soils through the canopy. We can identify anomalies in the trees, and as a result of these anomalies, we can deduce and produce basically best practices recommendations for resolving farming problems in the fields in real time. The life cycle of a pistachio starts at harvest. We have GPS devices on every trailer and radio frequency ID tags that are used to register the trailers once they arrive at our facility. The RFID tag scanning initiates the electronic record that will ultimately create the CPLC. Once the trailer load of pistachios arrives at the plant, pistachios are dropped at the bottom. We take a sample. That sample goes to a USDA certified lab. This initiates the QA process by establishing the quality of the pistachios, and we assign it a batch code, and that's how every piece of information going forward is attributed to that batch of pistachios. Once the pistachios are dropped out of the trailer, they go into the pre-cleaner, they get hulled and dried and move their way into the silo. Once they're in the silo, we operate a mesh network so that sensors in all the silos communicate to one another so that we can monitor the moistures across all of our silos, as well as the humidity and the temperatures. Once we draw the pistachios out of the silos, we're applying a number of different technologies for quality control purposes. We've deployed the most advanced high-speed color sorting technology available. We use visible light systems to identify color-based issues. We use near-infrared systems to identify organic issues from the crop production standpoint. And we use indium gallium arsenide-based systems for chemical composition detection. We are identifying defects in real time. That's coupled with high-speed robotics to divert any defects or any problems, all for ensuring the safest, most wholesome pistachios for our customers. In our laboratory, we use a gas chromatograph to identify pesticide residues on our pistachios. Proud to say we've never found any, but we also use a tool in the lab called a surface acoustical wave tool to identify unknown chemicals. Like adding a link to a chain, all of these inspections and evaluations and lab results just add on to the product life cycle, or the CPLC. To ensure the highest level of quality control, all of our pistachios are pasteurized. During the pasteurization process, we have a variety of sensors which in real time are capturing the humidity, moisture, duration, and bed depth, and it's all being written to a database in real time. After pasteurization, the pistachios are roasted and finally move on to packaging. Once the pistachios are packaged, they are ready to ship. Preparing any commodity for export is always a challenge. There's a variety of documents that must be produced. At Setton Pistachio, we're very proud to have condensed this down to a single document. It's a totally electronic record and ultimately replaces about 18 separate export documents. And it's all readily available because all the information that it contains has already been collected and gathered and assembled. We've re-engineered every process and tripled our production capacity. It's completely changed how we think about pistachios.
Setton pistachios are the most analyzed, observed, tested, and controlled nut you can buy in the industry today.
Our whole quality system gives our growers and customers documented proof about the care and attention we've given to every pistachio that's gone through our facility.
Our culture of innovation and engineering allows us to be the premier pistachio provider today and into the future.